Well, Ola, I'll do another. This is volcano vaporizer special night, and this is Thea. I know my house is a freaking trasher, but I am thankful I have a house. I live in a beautiful area, so that's what's up. Anyways, story time, and I was just whipping out the camera because I was gonna video this guy being silly because he's falling asleep, but he wants to stay awake. Okay, story time. I dated this gal when I was like 24 years old, and she was really attractive and everything, and I did like her actually. I really liked her looking back on it. She was totally cool and very sexy and beautiful, and she had big, huge, freaking awesome breasts. And I love big, huge, awesome natural breasts. Anyways, besides the point. Um, um, and she just was totally into me. Um, so we're chilling and hanging out and having a good time. We're going all over the place, and we're having fun. And I getting to know her, and I am a nice guy. I was kind of a womanizer back then, but it was only because I just kind of scared of love. I don't know. It's weird. I'm scared of intimacy or hurting somebody, I think. But so we're hanging out, and I noticed these scars on her hands, and I'm like, man, that's weird. But I'm like, I'm not going to say anything and embarrass her. And I was like, well, the time will come where something will happen, and I'll say something. Well, it did. Something arose, and we were drawn to her hands for some reason. I go, yeah, and I was being funny, and nice. I go, what is that scar in there? And she was like, you could tell she was like, oh shit, she was shy about it. Let's say. As I'm hitting on the volcano, this is like really awesome cannabis. I don't know what it is with cannabis with rosemary in it. So good. And anyway, she begins to tell me, yeah, I had surgery to have these, and she goes, yeah, I was born with 6 fingers and 6 toes. And I'm like, whoa. At the time I really didn't think anything of it because I know life, there's 7-8 billion people, there's a bunch of oddities and differences and whatnot. So at the time I didn't even really think about it. And even at the time though, this was pretty weird. And so on her hand, both hands and both feet, she had 6 fingers and 6 toes, and they were removed, and you could see the huge scars on her hands, on the sides of her hands. Pretty trippy. That's why I was drawn to it, because I was like, whoa, I've never seen anything like that. Just scars on the sides of her hands. And then I'm like, oh, that's cool, whatever. And she goes, well, and the other thing was that I was born with a tail. And I'm like, no fucking way. And sure as shit, she showed me that, and it was removed, and you could see the scars on that too, right on her tailbone. And I'm like, what? At the time, again, I didn't really think about it. Oh, he did pass out, didn't he? But so as I started awakening this world, I started just awakening, and I started kind of hearing about this reptilian uh, conspiracy theory, I'd guess. But as I've come to realize this world, there's so much more than you could even dream. Like Men in Black, the movie is kind of like a, they made it a joke, but it's actually reality. So I'm listening to this David Icke video like 20 years later, and maybe 15 years later, and I'm like, blah, blah. And he's all about the reptilians and this and that. And it was weird. All of a sudden, the universe has slowed down, and he goes, and even today, people are born with 6 fingers and 6 toes. And it just, everything went, and it just took me right back to that girl. And I was like, whoa, no. And I'm like, holy shit, I know that because I've seen it with my own eyes. And he didn't even say anything about a tail, but she had a flicking tail, man. And I mean, I don't bullshit. I'm not a liar. I believe in karma, so why would I lie? And man, what a story! Oh my God, I was gonna tell you another story. I have a bunch of stories, but when I get on here, I go blank. But that's just something else, man. Oh, I'll tell you another story. I was, hey, life is real life. I was partying with this super freaking hot chick that I was like super, super attracted to, and it was like we were just partying and having massive sex, and I don't know what was up with her, but what's wrong with you? Anyways, right? Why the reason why I'm pointing at this door is we were partying and doing a bunch of sexual drugs, I guess you'd call it, because that's what we were doing. We were getting way high to have a bunch of awesome sex, because that's all we would do, and it was pretty intense, man. That's what they don't tell you about a lot of these drugs is it's the sex that everybody's addicted to. Anyways, we're sitting here partying, me and her, and it's in the middle of the night too, and we started talking. And we're sitting there. We started getting in a deep conversation. This is in winter too, so it was really dark outside. And outside my house, there's no lights and whatnot. So when it's dark, it's dark. We're blabbing away, and I realized too, and this is weird. I look back on it. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning too, and they say Satan's at his heaviest at 3 a.m. And anyways, so we're talking. Baby girl, chill. I've already done all that playing all day. Quit. And so we're yapping and we go, all right, we made a plan to go over to her house. She lived over in Marrowstone Island, about 15 miles away or whatever. And so we're like, all right. And we get up ready to go. We're both standing right here at this door there because we're getting ready to leave, and that's my door. And as soon as I opened the door, there was like a flicking, it was probably about a 7-foot tall. And outside, I'm just trying to give you a really good picture. It was so flicking dark outside that it was like blacker than black, right? Well, this entity thing outside my window, and it was right there. It was like right against the door, too. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just think about it. I don't know if you could see my goosebumps, but dude, yeah, you probably can't see that. I got goosebumps thinking about that. It's real deal, dude. Yeah, buddy. And yeah, I used to have really big fucking arms. Anyways, I know I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because it was trippy, dude. So I opened that door, and something drew my attention right up to it too, because it was just like it slowed down, and she was right there with me too. And as soon as I opened that door, I seen this black, like blacker than outside, blacker than black, dude. Like it was black, and it even had a helmet on it, or it had ears like Batman. Okay, and this is just a black silhouette of a black, super dark black entity. It almost looked like a shadow in the fucking night, dude. And it was creepy, dude. You want to see my god darn? You want to see those daggone goosebumps? Oh god, yeah, those are goosebumps, dude. I don't have bumps like that. Those are goosebumps. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now. And I go, yeah, that's no shit. It looked like a flicking shadow at night, but it had and it reminded me of Batman right away. And I don't know where they get Batman from, but there's a reason why there's a Batman, because there's probably an entity like that. And anyways, as soon as we both laid eyes on it, as soon as I opened the door, I'll show you. I go and I grab the door, and I go to open the door, and as soon as I open it, we both seen it. And as soon as we laid eyes on it, it went, and it just disappeared out to the right here. It just went, and it was gone. And I was like, we both looked at each other, and we're like, she goes, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, oh. I go, "Holy shit, you saw that too." It's kind of like, dude, there is things that remind me of, well, they call shadow people, but I mean, dude, this thing was a fucking shadow thing right at the door, yo. Like, dude, I am not bullshitting you. It was realer than real, too. And I'm like, I got a strong mind. And, yeah, buddy, there's a lot going on that you can't see, people. Anyway, that's just a couple stories. Story time. There was another really good little one that I forgot, but I have massive stories. Oh yeah, here's another one. I was sitting and chilling, partying when I was kind of party. Wasn't doing it for money. I just like to do it for partying with everybody. I like to have a good time and socialize. And I liked everybody. I kind of like life now. I like karma, and I want everybody to win. You know what I mean? I wouldn't leave people out. I'd be like, hey, yo, you out? If I had a bunch of drugs and shit, I'd fucking party everybody down with, dude. And I'm not gonna be a dick and keep people out. Anyways, that was the old me. Anyways, I had a major party at this place I was staying at, and I had a roommate that wasn't there very often. And she had said something a few days before. This is like a few days before though, and I didn't really think about it, but I guess in the back of my mind I did. But well, anyways, I had a maid. Well, here's how it went. You know how the partying at the bar goes. And this is back when I was pretty into the party, and drinking, you know, leads to so much. Alcohol is the biggest gateway thing there is. I promise you that. Okay, and so, oh yeah, I'll show you my nice view. There's my butterfly bush. It's on steroids. But, so my story is, where was I going with that? Oh, I might have to shut it off there. I might have forgot my story. It was about a girl, right? It's always a girl, Dave. Oh, I'll tell you this other story. I know I got stories up the yangy. Me and this girl were partying. She was actually my girlfriend at the time, and she was fucking psycho, though, if she drank, dude. If you said the wrong thing, like, holy shit. It was like, and then I'm like, I'm not going to be disrespected either, so we'd go at it. And this night, dude, she was really pissed off. I don't know what was up with her. She was drinking the straight shots, I don't know, but she was fucking crazy. Her eyes got big as flying saucers, and I was like, oh shit. But I was like, I'm not backing down from this craziness. And dude, she came out of nowhere and grabbed a freaking fork out of my buddy's thing and fracking straight stabbed me in my arm. You could probably see the flacking. Can you see there is a scar in there. It's healed up pretty well. But yeah, she flicking just gouged me. And then there was blood everywhere, and we were frickin', it pissed me off, and so we were kind of wrestling around and fighting around, and there was fucking blood everywhere, like blood. And somehow my head got freaking cut too, or some shit. There was freaking blood everywhere. Like the next day, you would have thought somebody died. And I didn't call the cops on her or anything, dude. And my buddy was like, he's like, for one, he's like, you can't even be this loud out here. You guys are being crazy. I'm going to get sent to flicking jail because I'm on probation. And I'm like, dude, it's not even me. She's going fucking crazy. And anyways, I ended up leaving, man, because I was just so pissed off. I'm like, how fucking disrespectful, you know? I'm just like, what are you going to do? Stab me? And look, she comes and lunges and stabs me. It reminds me of this girl here in Jefferson County, Port Townsend. I don't know. I guess her family's connected or some shit, which is bullshit. It don't matter who you are if you're a murderer. Anyways, this is 3 years ago or so in Port Townsend. She lunged out of nowhere. Drinking, of course. I told you, drinking, it's the devil's dandruff, dude. It's the one that gets hot women to sleep with fucking bums and all kinds of shit. And then all of a sudden, you catch a disease or you get pregnant by this fucking loser, and you're like, oh my God. Couple too many beers, and oh my God, ruin your life. Anyways, this girl and his boyfriend were, I guess, you know, you never know. It was just her side of the story because she killed him. But they were drinking, and she said he did all this and that. But all the evidence was she fucking stabbed him in his heart, and he died right away. And they didn't even arrest her or anything. And it's been 3 years later, and they haven't even even nothing. And since this time, in this tiny little county, there's been 2 other big, huge murders here. They've already been processed in 6 months and sent away for 25 plus years. And it's like, what the fuck is this girl? And she is connected to I guess her family's well known, but doesn't matter. How is she getting this special treatment? It's bull, man. Life is so corrupt. It's who you know, man. I'm telling you. It's how much money you got and who you know. There is really no law. It's no justice, and it's fucking bullshit. Excuse my language. But you know what? For us people that get fucked with by these loser types that think they can get away with that, as long as you stay on the right side of the energy and don't cave in and do vengeance, it's karma, man. Stand on it. It's golden rule for real. Golden rule. And charge your powers by saying things 3 times. Anyways, as long as you use it for the good, it does work. I really actually learned some new things that it really works. Anyways, I love my dogs. I got my big boys here. I'm watching my boys for a while. Anyways, story time. I have many more stories. There was another one I was going into that I forgot. Oh, it was about the flickin' party. Yeah, anyways, you know how things are when you're partying and drinking. I wasn't intending on none of this. I was at a party at the bar. Freaking whole bunch of people we knew was there. I had a girlfriend at the time, and she's yapping with these other people, and they're like, "Oh, we got a bunch of coke or something, blah blah blah." And I'm drinking, so I'm like, "Yeah, let's do some coke." And they're like, "Come to your house." And before I knew it, dude, the whole flicking bar was there. I had like 100 people there at this little apartment I had, and this is like a 2-bedroom apartment. I am not shitting you, dude. And I saw people all night sitting there dealing drugs and partying, and I was in my room, and just watching shit going. I couldn't even believe what was going on outside. I was like, oh my God. And I was way out of it too. And I just let it roll. But dude, there was like literally 100 people out there. And it went on and on and on all night. It was an all-nighter, dude. People were just partying. Freaking wow. It was crazy. This must have been like 60, 70 people, but still in a little tiny place. It was nuts. So everybody's doing hardcore drugs. There's shit everywhere. There's foil and there's freaking, there's just, there's tutors and everything. And God knows what. I didn't even know because I was in one room. So in the morning, we're all kind of coming down and all burn out from that big party. And I had my little crew I was with me that was hanging out there. And, and and all of a sudden I got this weird feeling. It was weird. People talk about these feelings. All of a sudden I got this feeling that you better clean this motherfucker up. Something's about to happen. And I didn't know what it was or what, but I just got this all of a sudden super strong feeling. Like, check this out. This is real. And so I was like, everybody, I can't even remember what I said. I said, everybody start cleaning this fucker up. I can't even remember what it was, but I just told everybody right now, we got to clean this shit up now. And I'm like, so everybody started gathering up all the garbage and this and that, and there was a fireplace in the thing, and I started burning fucking everything that was burnable, dude. I had a fire and I was just burning everything. And I went through everything, pretty much had the whole place right about as we were done. Right about as we were done, dude. There was like 4 or 5 other people there, and this girl I was hanging out with. And right about as the whole thing process of cleaning the whole place up was done, and this is in the morning too. All of a sudden, and again, myself noticed that something up through the windows. I look up, there's 3 fucking cop cars pulling up very quickly and all in unison. And I just knew they were there for me. I don't know how. And I was like, holy shit, everybody look. And those other people besides my girl, they all ran in my buddy's car and flicking jetted out of there. And the guy said, stop. And they fucking just rolled out and left. And anyways, these cops come up and they're like, well, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, well, we've had some disturbances in the area, and your roommate gave us permission to search the house or some shit. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how could he do that? And they even went in and fucking searched my room, dude. It was totally illegal. And and that's what they do when you don't have no money or this or that. But they were looking up in the attic and shit. I swear to God, they fucking came in and were like straight searching the house. And and it was so weird. And no, I didn't have anything. And I'm just going, and I was high at the time too. I was still way high. I think I was doing a bunch of really good coke, and still was way high. And I'm sure they knew it, but I was just under the influence. And they're breaking in my fucking house, but they just swore there was something there, I guess. And but there wasn't in all this. And I was like, I go, is this legal? You could just straight come in my house and search in my room, like, and shit. And they were getting like pissy, like they thought I was getting like nervous because I was hiding, but I was just like, no, you guys are being straight wrong, illegal. If I had a good lawyer, I could have sued the fuck out of them. They know that though. They know you don't got the money to fight these fuckers. And who polices the police? You know who polices the police? The police. And they're corrupt as fuck all across the board. just like the politicians, everything else too. So you got to pray against the wickedness and the corruption in high places that it gets cast out. Swear to God, it works. You got to do it. If you're tired of your life being run by fuckheads, then you got to do that. And you got to charge it up 3 times, at least. Use the 3-6-9 method. It works. You might think you're a weirdo, but after you do it a while and you're like, whoa, your whole life has changed. You're like, oh, maybe this is something. Anyways, it's all about karma, people. And anyways, I'll give you story times again. I have the most epic Malinois. Look at that little hot little bitch. That's a pocket rocket. She's such fucking highly desirable genetics. Everybody wants her bitch, her little babies. They're fucking offering more money. They were trying to outbid each other for my puppies. They were already called for though. And I couldn't do that. It's karma, right? Oh, sure. But this next time I'll do it different and take more money for them because we have the super dank puppies. And she's getting in freaking great shape from swimming so much. Yeah, swimming's awesome for the dogs. Yeah, she's been having fun. Bossing her boys around too. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, good night, everybody. Good stories there. I have a massive more.